Good morning, class 10. Welcome to Commercial Studies class. Children, in the last class, we have started new chapter, that is chapter number 13. And the name of the chapter is Logistic and Insurance. Right? Now, children, in this chapter, we have studied 2-3 topics. Today, we are going to continue with this chapter only, but I will be teaching you the new topics of this chapter. So, children, we have done till we were doing about modes of transportation, and children, we have done till the railway modes of transport, railway as a mode of transportation. And children, in this, as you know, that there are three modes of transportation: land, air, and water. Right? Now, we have already done about roads. We have already done about railways, and we have already discussed about the merits and demerits of road and railway transport. Children, today we are here to talk about modes of water transportation. Children, water transportation is of two types. As I told you, inland waterways and shipping ways. Inland waterways involve use of boat, steamers, etc. on the river for the purpose of carrying passenger or goods. Children, river are natural waterways where canals are the artificial waterways. Lakes can be both natural and artificial. Children, shipping, which is the second type of water transport. Shipping or ocean transport has been divided into two categories, namely coastal shipping and overseas shipping. Right? So, children, what we need to discuss exactly is we need to discuss about the merits and demerits of water transport. So, first I'll talk about merits. That is, either you say merits or you say advantages or you say benefits of water transport. So, children, the very first benefit of water transport is that it is having low cost. Why? Because water transport is the cheapest and the oldest mode of transportation. Children, rivers and oceans and natural track, and no capital investment is required for the construction of or the maintenance. The coal fuel is also of low cost and it can be easily available. Right? Second merit of water transport is larger capacity. Children, a ship has a large carrying capacity and therefore water transport is extremely suitable for heavy cargo. Bulky and heavy goods like coal, iron, timber, etc. can be carried over to the long distance easily, and economies of scale can be secured. The third merit of water transport is suitability. Children, in water transport, fragile goods like glassware can be carried without much risk of the damage because of the natural flow and the slow speed of water. There is not much shaking and risk of breakage is very low there. Next is less congestion. Children, due to the greater capacity for traffic on sea, the possibility of traffic congestion is comparatively low. Next is flexibility. So, children, water transport can be adjusted to the meet individual requirement and therefore it provides flexible services. Next is safety. Children, water transport, the risk of accident and breakdown in the water transport is comparatively low. However, goods are exposed to the perils of sea, but that can be avoided easily. So, children, I have explained you about the 6 merits of water transport. Now, we'll talk about the disadvantages of water transport. The very first is slow speed. Right? Water transport is relatively very slow. The speed of the vessel is limited and therefore water transport is not at all suitable for the goods requiring quick delivery or over short distances. Second is limited area of operation. Children, water transport provides services to the limited areas only. Goods have to be brought to the ports and special packing is necessary. Services are available only between the terminal points. Next is unreliable. Children, water transport is unreliable. Waterways may not be navigable due to the several reasons. During winters, rivers and canals may get frozen, and during summers, water may not be sufficiently deep. So, water transport has a seasonal character, right? Next is roundabout. Children, the distance between the places increases because the route followed by the water transport may be quite lengthy. Next is corrosion. Yes, this is the main problem of water transport. Sea water is corrosive. Goods may deteriorate during transit and their quality and flavor may be adversely affected. Water transport is not at all suitable for carrying perishable goods as its speed is very, very low, right? So children, I have explained to you about the 6 points. Now what you will be doing? You will be preparing any five merits and 5 demerits, right? Now we'll talk about the next and the last mode of transport, that is air transport. Okay. Now air transport is the most modern means of transport. Originally used to carry passenger, it is now being increasingly used to carry goods and mails cargo. It is the fastest mode of transportation that can carry people and goods from one country to another within a few hours. You know about this, right? Now, advantages. Children, the very first advantage of air transport is shortest route, right? An aeroplane adopts the most direct and the shortest route. It can fly over the desert, high seas, forest, mountains, etc. Its movement is not hindered by the geographical barriers. It can also reach places inaccessible by other means of transportation. Next is highest speed. Yes, the most attractive feature of this transport is highest speed. The outstanding advantage of the air transports is its speed. It is by far the fastest means of transport. Therefore, air transport is the best suited for perishable and other goods requiring immediate or prompt delivery. Next is efficient service. Children, you know that air transport provides regular and efficient service. It follows fixed time schedule during emergencies. Deviations from normal routine can or may take place, but usually they follow fixed timetable. Natural gift. Children, air transport does not require large investment for construction of the tracks. The sky is a gift of nature and the aeroplane can fly through space without any hindrance. Suitable. Children, air transport is the most suitable for light goods of high value. For example, diamond, bullions, watches, etc. During natural calamities such as flood and earthquake, it is the only mode of transportation which can provide relief assistance to the victims in a short period of time. Coming to the disadvantages. Children, disadvantages, the very first disadvantage of air transport is costly. Yes, air transport is the costliest modes of transport. The cost of operation and maintenance of aerodrome and aeroplane is very, very high. Therefore, air transport is suitable only for the goods which are of high value in relation to their bulk and weight. Next, limited capacity. The load bearing capacity of the aeroplane is limited. Therefore, it is not suitable for carrying bulky and heavy goods. Risky. Yes, it's very, very risky. Children, risk of the accident and the plane crash is high in the air transport. Even a slight mechanical barrier may destroy a plane with all the passengers and the cargo on board. Climatic barriers. Fourth is climatic barrier. So children, aeroplane can fly only in the clear weather. During heavy rains, fog, snow, etc., flights are cancelled. Air transport is therefore uncertain and unreliable. Regulation. Fifth point is regulation. Children, air transport is subjected to the international rules and regulation. Moreover, very, very high degree of training and care is required on the part of air crew. Next is inflexibility, and this is the sixth point. Children, air service is only available between aerodromes. Goods have to be brought to and carried from the air terminals. Loading and unloading cannot take place according to the convenience of the users. So, extra time and expenditure are involved in loading and unloading of goods at the aerodromes. Right? So, children, we have discussed about the merits and the demerits of water transport and air transport. Land, that is railways and road, we have already done. Right? So, children, you will be preparing 5 merits and 5 demerits of all the modes of transport, that is land, water and air. Fine. Now, children, after listening to this study video, you will be doing assignment and then you will be sending the screenshot of that assignment on my personal WhatsApp number. That's all for today I have from my end for you. Thank you so much.